everyone, welcome to Ghost Prime Transformers Reviews. Today I'll be taking a look at my very first Earthrise figure, Leader Class Optimus Prime. Now this guy does a lot of things really good. He does a few things okay. They made some questionable decisions in some places, but I do think overall he's a very good figure. He is a $50 price point, as with all the other Leader Class figures, but he is a Voyager scale. He has extra parts, being his trailer. Now, his transformation and the moving parts on it are more complicated than some of the other Voyager class figures, but they do retain the same size. Now, I think this is kind of okay. I understand why they do it in sense of scale. Everything in these Earthrise and Siege are to scale. They definitely take some liberties, like with Shockwave, where it's like you don't need all that extra crap, or with Astro Train, where it's okay for one mode, but it's not necessary for the other two. His trailer, again, is one mode, but you could kind of use it for both, and it's Optimus Prime coming into his iconic trailer, so I believe that this toy will sell at the $50 price point. One thing to note, that adjusted for inflation, the original Prime was about that price. However, this actually has a lot more moving parts and a lot better engineering, so you get that. So anyways, without further ado, let's get to the review. So first, we'll take a look at the packaging. So he comes in a Leader Class size box. Now he does come with the trailer back here and him in the front of the trailer. Let's just show you a little picture of that here. So he is into a little bit of kink, and that's okay. No judgment here. So this package is done up in Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy. It has kind of blue-greenish accents, Transformers up the side, Optimus Prime right there. It has the Earthrise package art, which is actually, again, very nice. And you can see get close up some of the detail here. Interesting to note that this guy right here, this is Trailbreaker, but it looks like it's the Generations version that we got previously. You see the placement of the window and the chest here. I think that's very interesting because we know that this is a repaint of Hoist, and that's not going to be the case. So it's interesting that they went with that. Of course, Wheeljack, Hound. I wonder if we're going to get an Earth Hound. Optimus Prime. This is cool. They have been leaked. Getting Quintessons in this line. A Megatron. I hope we don't get an Earth Shockwave when it makes sense. On the back, we get, of course, the product shots, which show Prime, and he has his little shield here, which is weird. The Matrix, which all they did, so these little pieces here, actually, this is what it attaches to. Those stay on the figure. The Matrix comes out. They didn't remove those in the Photoshop. He looks very good, and we see him here in the repair bay mode. Now, one of the things is this is blue here. In the actual toy, it is gray, which I wish it was blue. It would set it off a lot better. Again, with the back wheels here being blue, where they're gray in the toy. But you see, here he is. Here he is on his repair bay, and it shows how you could take this little piece off, becoming the shield. On the side of the box, see Optimus Prime. Pretty cool image. Now, one thing, it doesn't look like they did away with all the black light responsive stuff. They did that for a different reason. So if you take out the packaging, you can see there's red lines here, and there's some red here. Actually, you could see it here without actually doing it. But it's really cool that this actually comes with a decoder in the package to read this. So it comes with this little red decoder. It's much smaller than a Generation 1's, but like the Generation 1, you could read what's on the packaging. Now this one says Micron. So I wonder if these are going to have hidden messages that actually coincide together to create something else. That would be very cool. Or they're just little throwbacks like Micron. As in Micron Legend. So inside the package, you also get the instruction sheet, which is done in kind of like a teal color with kind of gray and teal Prime image here. And it, again, folds open. And it's fairly large. Which goes over all the different steps you have to do in order to transform this guy from one mode to the other. It is double-sided on the back, of course, and it goes what you could do with the trailer. How to close and open the trailer. Where to mount his guns and all that. Whatever else you could do with it here. With grapple. Which I don't have yet, but hopefully it will be coming soon. I have been checking every day. The figure. His gun. And the trailer. As you can see, these are not blue like they were on the back of the box. These are gray. But it just has a ton of detail on this trailer. Alrighty, and here he is in robot mode. So this Prime is very nicely detailed. He has a very nice head sculpt. So it doesn't really show up a lot on camera, but you can kind of see it. It's got a very nice metallic sheen to it, which is really nice. Nice paint on this guy. Ton of detail in the chest area. The windows being painted silver under here and translucent plastic on top. They do open up to reveal the Matrix chamber with the Matrix inside it, which I'll show you that out of him in a minute. Autobot logo on the shoulder. Detailing all throughout the arms. Thighs. Legs, just like Siege. Same with the feet. Wheels. Back of the legs. Back of the figure. Cleans up really nicely in robot mode. It is a decent looking Optimus Prime for sure. Let's take a look at the trailer. Now the trailer does have a stand here. That thing can stand just like that on its own. It opens up very similar to the original Generation 1. And then you have a repair drone here, which is cast in gray plastic and is rather kind of blends into everything. I wish they would have kept it blue like in the back of the box. This here is a gray plastic, a dark gray as you can see, which does set up pretty nicely. This whole inside here, if you look at the detailing in it, it looks like the exact detailing that is on the Masterpiece Optimus Prime's trailer. So it looks like they just kind of took that tooling and made it smaller. So this is actually a really nice trailer. I do wish that it had the pieces to fold out right here. It would have filled in some of this area that's just, if you look at it, it's really high up off, and it would fill in some of this area that make it look not so high up off the ground. It gives it kind of a cheaper look, I think. And it also doesn't keep these things from kind of falling over like that. So this little repair drone can move up on an arm, and it has two arms of its own. It does not have any missiles here, but it can do the little repair dilly thingy. And it can be removed entirely. And this goes on Optimus Prime's back, like so. So if you see Optimus Prime here, turn around, he has the port that generally all Siege has, or Siege from the Siege line. You just plug that right in. And there we go. And this can go over the top of him. Move the camera up a little bit so you can see it. And he has little arms, kind of what purpose it serves. Maybe this is supposed to be a gun, like an over-shoulder weapon that can also grab things. Maybe it's something to reach those hard-to-reach items on the shelves. I don't know. Whatever you like it to do, it can do. Now, if you look at this part of the trailer here, the door, There's this section here could just slide right out. And it also has a connection right here to connect to other bases. And this also has a port. And if you look at it, it has pegs right here, 3 pegs on it. And those pegs would be for the blast effects, so Prime could have a shield. Like that, and you put the blast effects on there, like he's defending himself from blaster fire. Now here's his gun. Pretty detailed looking gun. It has a peg on the side, a peg on the bottom. It also folds. It snaps like that. So this, as per instructions, should go on his back. Actually, I think on the instructions it says to go like that. Or like that. I think both those are kind of silly. I would prefer this. I think that looks rather nice on his back. Stays out of the way. It's really nice. And as always, he has his repair bay mode. I think this mode looks pretty nice. I'll probably end up displaying him like this if it'll fit on my shelf. He is very nice. I definitely like this mode. And now for some comparisons. Here he is with War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Optimus Prime. I'll go over a couple things here. They do share the same head sculpt. They do share the same front legs. What's interesting about the front legs is you see all these pins, all these moving parts here that for the transformation of his legs here. They have pins through here and through all these pieces in the back, like where these would be since they use the same mold. But these pieces are not able to be moved on his legs. So if you're one of those that don't look at the instructions, like myself, don't try to move those because you won't be able to. But he's the exact same height as the Voyager class Optimus Prime. Oh, one thing to note, this guy does not have any of that crappy battle damage that is on this figure. He is a clean-looking Optimus Prime. I love that about him. And here he is with Studio Series Voyager Optimus Prime. Again, they're around the same height. Classics Optimus Prime, Voyager. Because this is all I could reach at the moment. Generation 1 Prime, Pepsi version. Whoa. Star Convoy. His head's off the top of the image. And Voyager class Siege Megatron. So before transformation, let's cover some articulation. So let's start out with his fists. This is one thing that's very cool. As you see, there's a pin there. His articulated fingers. This I really love. Maybe add to that $50 price point. I really like it. I also appreciate the metallic flake plastic, which is, he does have a wrist rotation, which is very nice. His elbows do bend 90 degrees, so I can focus there, 90 degrees. His shoulder goes all the way around. They come out. Can kind of go back like this due to transformation. And he has 360 degrees bicep swivels. He does have waist articulation, but it's only about this far due to this piece on the back that it hits. Now you can kind of move it out of the way, but it's still, and you could flip it down and you could probably get some different poses out of it that way, but that would be not the intended use of it. So the legs back that far, it gets hit by the bumper in the back there. The knees actually bend way over 90. That is a very nice knee bend. He has upper thigh swivels, or 360. He could go all the way to the front like this, all the way out to the side. Nice tight joints. He has the ankle swivels on both legs. So he could do a nice A pose. His head is on a ball joint. It could go all the way around. Inquisitive look. Look up a little bit. Down a little bit. And that's about all for articulation. Now, one would be wondering if, since his fists is articulated, can he hold his gun well? He can. So if you look how it's molded, this is molded as a circle, and this just covers up the front part of it. So the majority of the port on his hand is he could hold it as. So if you look here, it's open, it stays in, it's solid. I would worry over time about that little thumb though. This does not fit super tight, so it's not too much of a worry, but I for kids or something, I do believe this is a part that could be a breakage point. Last but not least, his chest does open to reveal the matrix inside. Now let's take a look at it to get it out of there. The matrix, pretty tiny, but very nice. He has, it is a hole there, so when you put it up to the light, I have terrible lighting in this room. And it's something I want to remedy. Let me get that in focus. Very nice detail on this little matrix, even for being so tiny. And he actually can hold it. Which is pretty good. He can hold it with both hands. Probably more over his head. Like, there we go. He is all set to light any darkest hours that appear. And let's get into transformation. So transformation on this guy is not very difficult, actually. First thing you want to do is open up these flaps right here on his hand, on his forearm. They open up like that. Hands fold in. Do it for both sides, like so. And take the legs. There are tabs here and here, and holes here and here, and you take them, and you could just. Now, it does take me a minute to. There we go. Here, nice, satisfying click. Now, these pieces, just like the Siege, go up like so. Both sides, feet, toes go down, ankle goes down, they get pointy. Now, we'll take the back bumper here. Actually, first, let's have him sit down. The back bumper here, and we'll open up the wheels, and then they fold down and around, revealing the bumper. Just leave those out for a second. Turn the tire chest around. So look, he can drive like this. So now, what you want to do is you have all this done here, is take this whole chest piece and just pull. And it lifts up directly. And then you take this chest piece and do that again. And you can see there's revealed the grill and 2 headlights. And then take that and fold that piece out. Pretty clever. You fold this out and there's a tab. Let's actually make sure it's all together in there. Make one piece. Fold these pieces out. These are the side windows that you just have. Fold them out. Take around the back of the head here, to this piece here. This just opens up. Head folds in and around. Little tab, we'll stop it right there. And there's a tab appears on the back. Tabs into this part right here, just like so. Now you take all these pieces, push the arms back like that. All these pieces come down. Tab into these tabs go from under the bumper, under the grill here. Move the Oh, well, I did forget one thing. One thing I did forget. So when you move this like this, these little pieces in his back, right here, this part of his side, flip those in. So you can see there's half there, just flip up like that. Otherwise, his arms won't fit in there. So you take that, his arms fit just like so. Then you take the windshield, this tab goes into this tab here. See, so you can see it a little better. This tab goes into this tab here. The window on both sides. Oh, that was supposed to be open still. There you go, both sides. Same with these tab into the arms, these little side pieces, tab right into the arms like that. Into the arm like so. The pieces on his legs, he actually has a bunch of different tabs. So there's these two tabs on the knees. Tab, they go right under the arms. And there's a tab on here that actually goes right into here. If I can see that right there. So tab this down onto there. You can't move it. Tab these in on both sides. Satisfying click. Last but not least, take the fuel tanks. Fold them up. These do not lock in place. They just kind of stay via friction. And there you have his truck mode. Now for gun storage, you have a few different options. You could fold the gun like this. Instructions have it placed in the hole in the back to fill in that little area there like so. You could, if you're not going to have his trailer, gun could be placed right on the back, both either which directions. He has a ton of ports on him, so they could pretty much go anywhere, like there, like that. Pretty much whatever you imagine. So bring in the trailer here. Also the gun, as per the instructions, mounts here. There's also a mounting point here. There's two here, one here. So the instructions say to mount it like that, which I guess that works. Which, if you could see it, mount it like that, that works. But ultimately, you could just leave it in here on any one of these mounting holes that are in here. There's a ton of mounting holes. There's 4 on each side. Close that up. Take this little peg right here. Put it right into the back of the truck mode. And there he is. Optimus Prime. Now, he does look really great in this mode. I do think the trailer is a little short for the size of the truck. And I also kind of question the placement of the 5th wheel hole. It really should be about right here. So if you look right here, right about there, does kind of look better, but it does accentuate how short that is. Of course, there is no way to put it there. But it is very cool. You can turn about this much on either side. Rolls very nicely. And it just looks really great. Definitely a very awesome Prime. Now this will actually fit on both the Studio Series and the Siege Optimus Prime. It's very cool that this peg is universal like that, and we'll do both of those. All right, let's compare this to the Generation 1 trailer. So as you see, here's the Generation 1 trailer, and here is the Earthrise trailer. They are vastly different in size. This also does not come with a roller. I really wish this came with a roller. I think it would really be nice if this did come with a roller, as of course this one, does come with a roller. Rubber tires, these pieces down here. Also, this is way heavier than this is. But I do really appreciate the paint on the side. For comparison's sake, here is Generation 1 with Earthrise. As you see, Earthrise is a little bigger, but has a much smaller trailer. So let's see how that would look. See, that actually looks very cool. All right, it's a little high up right there, but it does look very cool. And as you can see here, with how would this look? That's about the size difference there. So it is a bit of a size difference with the trailer. And for a $50 price point, you know, it is a lot of value, more value than what we have been getting. And so that is very much appreciated. Take one final look at the truck mode here. This is some detail. Now this is actually have a load of detail on it, which is really, really nice. I do like how it uses clear blue plastic for the side window. This red does not appear as different in person as it does on camera. It's almost unnoticeable. You can tell it's painted here, but it doesn't look too much different. The nice silver here, silver stripe. These wheels are cast in gray. As you can see, it's not completely clean, and painted in black. So you know, over years of rolling, this would probably completely wear off. The front is very, very nicely detailed. It's got clear plastic for the headlights there. Clear plastic over silver is what for both the headlights and the windows. I really, really like the nice detail here on that. Of course, the lights on top are not painted, which is kind of a shame, but it still looks very nice. Has silver smokestacks. Lots of detail. Overall, pretty happy with this guy. So for some final thoughts. All right, so that was Earthrise Optimus Prime. He definitely does a lot of things really well. He is a really good figure. I'm really happy to have him in my collection. As I do collect Optimus Primes, I have one from almost every line. I don't have a Cyberverse one quite yet. As I said, he does take these pieces from the Siege Optimus Prime, the Voyager, and I kind of wish that they would have done a little bit more with this, just because I do feel like I'm buying part of a repaint. But what he does well. I love the way his chest transforms. It's really, really cool. The fact that his chest doors do open, he has a removable matrix, articulated fingers. He has a wonderful, wonderful stance, beautiful sculpt work on this entire figure. I wish the trailer was moved a little further back where it connects. It would make a little bit more sense. I enjoy the gun. I wish there was a roller. There's a few things that I think that they could have done a little better. They don't have the yellow part right here painted. These are little, I think, cost-saving things. Maybe they could have done without the silver here and put another little dash of yellow there to make it look like Prime a little bit more. But overall, this is a good figure, and I'm very happy to have him in my collection. I believe if you bought him even at the $50 price point, you might be happy with this figure as well, because it is well done. The joints feel nice. He's very nicely articulated. I do wish this was blue, but these are small little things. I think overall it's a very good figure, and I do highly recommend it if you are into getting lots of Primes. I also like how his trailer is compatible with the Siege Optimus Prime. Nice little tidbit there. So anyways, please like, subscribe, hit that downvote button if you have to, and I'll see you next time.